if you're looking to people, status, jobs, employment, education, science, if you're looking to all those as your primary trust, then you are a cupbearer. But if you're looking to God, who made science, education, cars, employment, status, jobs, then guess what? You're a blessing carrier. You've got a blessing on your life that you can carry to somebody else. I think the biggest problem, if I could use today's paradigm, this message, I think the biggest problem we suffer from in our own families is that everybody's showing up with empty bags expecting somebody else to fill theirs, but your spouse got an empty bag too, and your child got an empty bag too, and your mama got an empty bag too, and grandma has an empty bag too, and everybody's waiting for somebody else to fill their bag, and God is saying, fill your bag, trust me, I will fill it, and I'll put my blessing on you, and you'll bless your family. Oh, I'm going to have a baby. I've heard people say, I'm going to have a baby because I want to know unconditional love. Which means you're showing up to your baby's life with an empty cup and an empty bag. Because the baby is to give to me. But see, when you come with a full cup, then you're ready to give to your baby. Oh, I want to get married. Well, why are you marrying him? Because he makes me so happy. And he makes me feel so good. And my question to you is, are you coming with an empty bag or are you going with a full cup? Because you're really not ready to be married until you're already happy. You're really not ready to be married until you already got joy. You're not ready to be married until you're okay being alone. You're not ready to be married until your cup is already full. Because marriage won't fill your cup. I said marriage won't fill your cup. Just fans won't fill your cup. Yeah, I know about that. You better show up with a full cup. We have this ideology that somebody else is going to fill our cup. Somebody else is going to fill our bag. And what we find from Joseph was, once he shifted from looking for other people to fill his cup, to get him out, to move the struggle, to move the trouble, once he shifted to trusting God, that's when God's blessing was seen. And how do you know he trusted God? Because here's a man who, watch this, his boss, Pharaoh, his boss, gave him access, gave him a corner office, you second in command. All the folk going through the famine and the good time got to come to you. Don't even see me, you go to Joseph. He had status. He had influence. He had power. Pharaoh had given him an Egyptian wife. He had been gone from home for 20 years. And when all that was said and done, he didn't think about naming his children with Egyptian names. He didn't get up and say, I'm here because Pharaoh has exalted me. He didn't get up and say, it's because I did such a great job interpreting dreams. But he said, no, I'm going to give the glory back to God. Because only God could cause me to forget the pain of my father's house. I'm going to give the glory back to God because only God can cause me, come on somebody, to be fruitful in the land that I'm suffering in. We recognize Joseph trusted God. And when we trust God as our primary source and we make him our primary trust, it begins us on a journey of life change. But you got to recognize, this is where we struggle. You got to recognize that the job won't change your life. Now, it can change your zip code. It can change the dollar signs and the zeros you have after your name, but it doesn't change your life. But how many of y'all know the blessing of God? See, when God's blessing is on your life, I don't care who didn't come through. I don't care where you started from. I don't care who turned their back on you. When God's blessing is on your life, you could be in a strange land, but when God's blessing is on your life, you might be falsely accused, but when God's blessing is on your life, you could be abandoned and left in a pit to die, but when God's blessing is on your life, it makes a world of difference. It changes your life. It changes your trajectory. It changes your impact when God's blessing is on your life. God's blessing, God's greatest blessing requires your primary trust. I don't know about y'all, but I want all of it. I want everything that God has designed for me. I'm going back for extras, leftover seconds. If you don't want yours, I'll take yours. I want everything that God has ordained for my life before the foundations of the world. I want to get all that God has for me. Good God Almighty.